This is not a silly turtle, it's a Johnny Turtle. That's not the garlic toad, let alone the garlic king. They call it Bulbasaur. I said, this is a little fire dragon, not a fire lizard. Upon waking up, Jiang Yu traveled to a world invaded by Pokémon. Bloodthirsty killer bees, screaming Mandela grass, hurricane butterfly winged beasts. The gentle and friendly Pokémon are seen as monsters that destroy the world. Before Arzeus awakened, Jiang Yuyi embarked on the path of Pokémon live streaming to save the world. Jiang Yu wants to tell the world loudly. Monster. No, it's Pokémon. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. System. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Turtle-shaped monsters attacking the west coast of beautiful country's Prime Minister Asa announces that the entire territory has entered a state of war. The Secretary-General of the United Nations calls on all countries to regard the common destiny of humanity as the military and civilians of the Dragon Kingdom work together to defend the final line of defense. On the screen of the mobile phone, urgent news flashed rapidly. Looking at the monsters manipulating lightning, flames, and cold ice in the war-torn pictures, Jiang Yu's face was dazed, as if falling into a dream. Just because the lives labeled as monsters and monsters in the picture are exactly the Pokémon in his past life memories. Not bad, Jiang Yu is not an ordinary person, but a traveler. 18 years ago, due to an accident, I traveled to this parallel world called Blue Star and became an orphan in the Dragon Kingdom. Unfortunately, as a traveler, he has caused embarrassment to many predecessors. After passing through, there was no system or awakening any golden fingers. The only advantage is that he lived a lifetime longer than the average person, allowing him to jump 3 levels in a row when he was young. He was regarded as a genius by the dean of the orphanage and barely went to college a few years earlier than the average person. Just as he thought he was going to spend this ordinary life, a month ago, a mutation occurred. The blue star seemed to expand, suddenly adding a large area. Mountains, rivers, forests, lakes, and even oceans are like a puzzle pieced together by the Creator, freely embedded in every corner of the world. Along with these regions that do not belong to the blue star appearing in this world, some special creatures with unique abilities have also arrived. They have different images and all possess incredible powers. Thunder, cold ice, flames, rocks. These special powers are coveted and even more frightening. The emergence of these lives poses a great threat to humanity. So, war broke out on a global scale. However, unexpected events such as artillery, bullets, machinery, and the unbeatable hot weapons that humans can dominate the world, encountered Waterloo in front of these creatures called monsters. These creatures with strange powers, with their special powers, have dealt a head-on blow to humanity. Under their control, even modern armies and ships can only retreat step by step. Even a few superpowers, with the strength of the whole country, can only blockade these monsters outside the cities. But everyone knows that war has just begun. This is the first official disclosure of footage of war since the mutation occurred a month ago. Jiang Yu only then realized that the monster rumored to be mentioned was actually the Pokémon in his memory. If that's the case, the problem will be big. As the ultimate enthusiast of Pokémon, Jiang Yu is most aware of the power of Pokémon. Even the weakest Pokémon can be trained to possess powerful destructive power. Not to mention in the world of Pokémon, there are divine beasts known as legendary Pokémon. Not to mention those first-level gods who can summon wind and rain, destroy heaven and earth. Even a second-level god who has not mastered the priesthood is not something that human technology can handle. From the officially disclosed images, it appears that humans are currently fighting against only some common Pokémon. Even the figure of the quasi-god never appeared. Jiang Yu couldn't imagine how terrifying the human world would be if those legendary beings appeared. No, he must find a way to change everything. Pokémon are not what humans believe, they are ferocious and cruel monsters. In fact, the vast majority of Pokémon have a gentle personality and even hold goodwill towards humans. The current wars are simply due to insufficient human understanding of Pokémon, coupled with unnecessary conflicts caused by world changes. As long as humans realize what kind of life Pokémon are. I also know how terrifying power Pokémon possess. He believes that the vast majority of humans will stop attacking Pokémon. After all, the root cause of this war lies in humanity. Pokémon is just fighting. But what exactly can we do to stop all of this? He understands Pokémon because he comes from another world. But people in this world don't understand. Due to a misunderstanding, Pokémon has been completely demonized in the eyes of humans. Even if he comes forward to explain, how many people trust him? Moreover, once he steps forward, there is a high possibility of exposing the fact of his interloper. Although Dragon Country is a great motherland of parallel worlds. But Jiang Yu also dared not gamble whether the appearance of a traveler would be pulled to the laboratory for slicing. But if I don't do anything? When the war expands again and the legendary Pokémon appear, it may truly be the end of the world. At that time, even an ordinary person's own self may not have escaped death. Except for the moment when he first traveled, Jiang Yu never longed to have the golden finger so much again. If he had golden fingers. Can we stop all of this? Ding! Pure heart detected, Pokemon Live system activated. Suddenly, a mechanical voice rang out in his mind. Next, there was a series of broadcasts. The Pokémon live streaming system aims to assist hosts in popularizing Pokémon and eliminating barriers between humans and Pokémon through live streaming. Through live science, popularization, recognition and influence can be obtained. The impact value can be exchanged for various items in the system mall. The binding system will automatically initiate the main quest, which will increase the recognition of Pokémon among humans with independent thinking abilities in the current world to over 99% before Arzeus awakens. If the mission is successful, the Pokémon world will blend perfectly with the current world, rewarding the host with an eternal slate. If the mission fails, you will face the wrath of Arzeus and the world will be destroyed. Do you accept the task? Accept the task, bind the system, otherwise the system will be destroyed. Yes, no. Yes, yes. Jiang Yu didn't hesitate for a second and decisively chose yes. Perhaps, such a reckless choice would lead to some unknown traps. But he knew that he had no choice now. Accepting tasks, having a system, perhaps even preventing all of this. Once rejected, there is no need for the task to fail. As long as those legendary Pokémon appear, he is not sure if the world will be destroyed. The human world will definitely not exist. Since that's the case, it's better to take a gamble. With Jiang Yu's choice, the mechanical sound in his mind also rang out once again. Ding! The task has been received and the beginner gift package has been distributed. Do you want to accept it? Received. Jiang Yu responded eagerly. As soon as he finished speaking, a huge gift box suddenly popped out of his mind. Accompanied by a burst of brilliant golden light, like fireworks blooming, items shimmering with golden light jumped out of the gift box. Chapter 2. Newcomer Gift Pack. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At the same time, a series of mechanical sounds echoed in Jiang Yu's mind once again. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining a multi-angle intelligent live streaming device. The live streaming account will never be banned, and the super new human body, the power of the waveguide. Accompanied by the system's prompt sound, a phone fell directly into his hand. Then a warm current spread out from the inside of the body, spreading to every corner of the body. Jiang Yu's body, originally only considered symmetrical, instantly became as perfect as a sculpture. Waist and ape back, crane-like and mantis-shaped, nothing more. A handsome face also has an indescribable charm. Feeling the changes in his body, Jiang Yu's eyes lit up. What live streaming equipment and live streaming account are we not going to mention for now? The super new human body and the power of the waveguide are definitely at the level of a golden finger. Unlike people in the real world who are so fragile. The physique of people in the Pokémon world is much stronger than that of people in the real world. What kind of electric shock, fire, freezing, and trampling are all ignored. At least the meat thickness and resistance to beating are quite sufficient. Originally, Jiang Yu was worried that he was just a fragile but difficult to kill college student. Can we go up and down the mountain and down the sea, and have a worldwide live science popularization Pokémon? Now that you have super new body qualities, you can rest assured. Not to mention going up and down the mountain and down the sea, he can't be too much of a little Superman now. The body is filled with indescribable immense energy. He has a feeling that even if he were to run 20 kilometers with a load of 20 kilograms on his back, he wouldn't breathe heavily. In addition, warm currents spread throughout the body. The world seemed to have changed in his eyes. He can feel it on himself, around him, and even further away. They are all filled with a special wave of energy. These fluctuations are like ubiquitous air that ordinary people cannot perceive or control. This is the power of the waveguide, a special force belonging to the world of Pokémon. Back then, a movie called The Messenger of Dreams and Waveguides, Lucario, directly pushed him to the top of the Pokémon popularity chart. Years have passed, and Lucario is still the white moonlight in countless hearts. As a signature of Lucario, waveguide power also attracts countless Pokémon enthusiasts. The power of waveguides is a biological energy that both humans and Pokémon possess. Due to the special nature of the power of waveguides, they are often mistaken for superpowers or spiritual energy. But in fact, it is a biological energy vibration that can only be controlled by trained individuals and some Pokémon. Through the power of waveguides, one can perceive the other person's mind, investigate the environment, feel and see through objects. Waveguides can also be used to create barriers, conduct attacks, and release energy. Even other life forms can be treated by transmitting waveguides, and so on. As long as the force of the waveguide is strong enough, it can almost be said to be omnipotent. If we say that the super real new human body endows him with the ability to cross mountains, and the foundation for popular science live streaming Pokémon. So the power of the waveguide endows him with the ability to protect himself in the face of danger. In this way, even when facing Pokémon and modern hot weapons, he doesn't have to be afraid. After adapting to the power of the waveguide, Jiang Yu slowly calmed down and placed his attention on the phone in his hand. Just now, I only cared about the super new human body and the power of the waveguide, but I forgot about my phone. This phone is the multi-angle intelligent live streaming device in the beginner's gift package. It looks no different from a regular phone. In fact, it has advantages such as multi-angle conversion, intelligent following, ignoring the environment, unlimited power, full signal, indestructibility, and never losing. Safe black technology. At the same time, the phone comes with a never-banned live streaming account. Through this account, Jiang Yu can log into any live streaming platform for live streaming. The live room logged in with this live streaming account must be actively closed. Unable to use any means to limit, block, ban, or track current. At the same time, operations such as blacklisting, banning, following, and commenting are carried out through this account. It cannot be resolved through other back-end means. Ensure that his live broadcast is not affected by any external forces. Impressed by the power of the system, Jiang Yu decisively opened his phone. The mainstream live streaming rooms such as a certain sound, a certain station, a certain fish, a certain tooth, and a certain cat have already been downloaded from the phone. He casually clicked on a software. Only 90% of the live broadcasts on the leaderboard are about monsters. There are comments on the combat effectiveness of monsters. There are explanations on how to self-rescue when encountering monsters. Some curse the incompetence of the government army. There are also live footage of warships battling monsters. Jiang Yu glanced casually. It has been found that the vast majority of live streaming content is either sensational or sensational. Either the marketing number is fabricated and fabricated. The vast majority of live streaming rooms are just riding on the popularity of monsters. Not to mention the science popularization of monsters, there is not even any useful information. After roughly understanding the relevant knowledge of live streaming, Jiang Yu decided to start with outdoor live streaming. The reason for choosing outdoor live streaming? It's because there are almost no competitors on this track. Originally, before the mutation, outdoor live streaming was also a hot topic on major live streaming platforms. But with the mutation, the suburbs have completely become the territory of Pokémon. In a world where Pokémon are regarded as cannibalistic monsters, outdoor live streaming is equivalent to seeking death. Even the most desperate wilderness survival anchor and extreme sports anchor dare not take a step into the wilderness. Unable to leave the city, outdoor live streaming is also impossible to talk about. Over the course of a month, outdoor anchors have started anew and changed the track. Almost no anchors are conducting outdoor live broadcasts. The live broadcast rooms in the entire outdoor live broadcast area don't have much popularity combined. Jiang Yu is a new and indispensable newcomer in the live streaming industry. It is too difficult to break through the fiercely competitive live streaming industry in a short period of time. The best way is to take a different approach. When outdoor live streaming becomes a forbidden area for live streaming, going against the trend is clearly a good choice. Anyway, he wants to live stream science popularization on Pokémon, and it's impossible for him to stay in the city. Thinking of this, Jiang Yu logged into the live broadcast room and wrote a catching title. Outdoor live streaming of monsters reveals their true identity. After labeling himself as outdoor live streaming and monster, he drove his second hand golf towards the outskirts. Monsters are already a popular tag nowadays. Outdoor live streaming has a large mass base. Although it declined due to outdoor anchors changing the track one after another. But people who enjoy outdoor live streaming are still there. Therefore, when an additional live broadcast room is added to the outdoor live broadcast area, it immediately attracts many outdoor live broadcast enthusiasts. Not to mention, this live broadcast room is labeled as a science popularization monster. So, even before Jiang Yu officially started broadcasting, hundreds of people flooded into the live broadcast room. Chapter 3. Start of live streaming. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Outdoor live streaming. Nowadays, there are still people who dare to go outdoor live streaming and don't want traffic anymore. Are you riding the heat again? After reviewing the anchor's profile, this is my first live broadcast and it's gone. What about the anchor? Title party, right. Science popularization monsters, where are monsters? In the empty live broadcast room, a few scattered bullet comments popped up. Although not very dense, it was still discovered by Jiang Yu. Watching barrage after barrage of comments questioning his popularity and fraud. Jiang Yu quickly opened the live broadcast room and turned the camera towards the outside of the car. I didn't expect everyone to be so enthusiastic. I haven't officially started broadcasting yet. I'm not riding on the heat, I'm not cheating, and I'm heading to the suburbs. I'll be able to see the monster in about 10 minutes. Jiang Yu's explanation caused a brief pause in the barrage. Soon, more barrages popped out. I'll go, the anchor really dares to go to the suburbs. He's a man, follow him. Are you lying? Going live in the suburbs at this time is not enough. Is it a green screen special effect? Has anyone analyzed whether the scenery outside the window is real or synthetic? Not green screen, the anchor is from Jiangcheng, right? Me too. This is the South Outer Avenue of Jiangcheng. In about 10 minutes, you will be able to leave the outskirts of Jiangcheng. Is it really fake? Is it a tray upstairs? Jiang Yu also saw the barrage fired by the people of Jiangqing and smiled slightly. Well, the anchor is from Jiangqing, it's Jiangqing Nanwai Avenue. Jiang Yu's response made the entire live broadcast room increasingly lively and lively. A large number of bullet comments kept popping up. Most recommendation algorithms on live streaming platforms calculate the number of bullet comments. This dense barrage keeps the ranking of the live broadcast room rising. Quickly climbed to the top 10 in outdoor live streaming areas. Although for the entire live streaming platform, this popularity is less than 1% of that of top anchors. But it also attracted more people's attention to this live broadcast room. The anchor responded, "Is this really going to live outdoors, science popularization monster? Oh my god, I heard that there was an additional monster forest in the southern part of Jiangqing when the mutation occurred. Are the anchors going somewhere? Chong chong chong, if you really want to see the monsters, I'll brush the sky stars for the anchor, isn't this nonsense? What about the official? This kind of live broadcast room hasn't been closed yet. I reported it. Anchor, don't mess around, go home quickly. Why are you so idle upstairs? Don't listen to them, the anchor. I want to see monsters." One barrage after another in the live broadcast room, but Jiang Yu did not respond. On the one hand, he is currently driving and cannot constantly monitor the movements in the live broadcast room. Furthermore, he was well aware that the liveliness in the live broadcast room was brought on by outdoor live broadcasts and monsters. No one cares about how good he is as a new anchor. When he enters the forest and meets Pokémon, it is when he begins to exert his power. 10 minutes passed by in a flash. Driving off the road, a primitive jungle that was out of place with the bustling city was reflected in Jiang Yu's eyes. Big trees are rising from the ground one by one. A sturdy tree trunk. A lush tree crown. The direction of the air mixed with green grass and leaves. The sunlight passes through the shadows of trees, leaving scattered shadows, and the green leaves are like living jade under the sunlight. The quiet and vibrant forest, with the help of the camera in the live broadcast room, is striking the eyes of every viewer. If it weren't for watching Jiang Yu drive out of the city with my own eyes, they can hardly imagine such a beautiful forest. Surprisingly, it is the home of the terrifying monster in their impression. Not just the audience in the live broadcast room. Standing outside the forest, Jiang Yu was also stunned by the naturally carved beauty. Even compared to ordinary audiences, his feelings are more profound. The power of waveguides is the manifestation of life energy. He, who possesses the power of a waveguide, just stands on the outskirts of the forest and feels a sense of returning to his mother body. If it weren't for the constantly bouncing barrage in the live broadcast room constantly reminding him that he was still broadcasting. He really wants to do nothing and just take a good sleep under the comfort of the forest. I'll go, this is the forest where the monsters live, so beautiful. When the fish cries, the water knows. When I cry, who knows? Even damn monsters can live in this kind of place, so I'm only suitable for living in the basement, right? Don't cry upstairs, I'll be with you in the bridge. I can't even imagine how many monsters there are in such a big forest. The anchor is obedient, let's stop as soon as we see the situation. There's a lot of traffic now, don't joke about your life, let's go quickly. Ding, Jiangqing Funeral and Funeral Affairs has been following you in one go. Ha ha ha, I'll go, everything goes smoothly. Are you also upstairs? In the live broadcast room, many bullet comments are lamenting the beauty of this forest. But more people still regard Jiang Yu as a live streamer who uses curiosity to gain popularity, urging him to stop and go back. Of course, I don't make fun of people's teasing, just talk big. After calming down, Jiang Yuchong waved in the live broadcast room and spoke while walking. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now we are on the outskirts of the forest in the southern part of Jiangqing. This is what appeared outside Jiangqing after the beginning of the mutation, reportedly inhabited by a large number of monsters. Now, the anchor will enter the forest to educate everyone about monsters. And answer a question, are these monsters really monsters? Speaking, he turned towards the interior of the forest. As Jiang Yu walked into the forest, the already dense barrage exploded. No, really go, that's too brave, isn't it? Not to mention, the host is a real man, and a big fireworks display is presented. Hulu Chili sends out a large fireworks display *1. Beak Beak sends out a small fireworks display *10. Send out one full sky star in white. Jiang Yuyi Sun.in.law sent out a fairy wand *6. The already lively barrage area is even hotter with every stroke of rewards. Amidst the barrage of shock, commotion, and worry caused by Jiang Yu's entry into the forest. Some sensitive viewers also noticed Jiang Yu's last sentence. Are these monsters really monsters? What does the anchor mean by this? How do I feel like he has something to say? Is that right? I also have this feeling, always feeling like the anchor is hinting at something. No, why don't I feel that way? Don't interpret it too much, okay? Undoubtedly a newcomer anchor, dares to earn any traffic, just sit and eat. Do you have any conscience upstairs? This is a human life, how about eating at the banquet and eating from you? Ma. Lousy, it's none of your business to eat at the banquet. You beep, a bunch of forbidden words, what's the noise? Is there a room manager? Kick these guys out. Ignoring the arguments in the barrage area, Jiang Yu released the power of the waveguide after entering the forest. On the one hand, this is used to search for Pokémon in the forest. On the other hand, it is also to prevent encountering danger. After all, not all Pokémon are gentle and friendly. If encountering Pokémon with a more irritable personality like Big Needle or King Nido, he is also well prepared. Chapter 4 Monsters. No, it's Pokémon. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Under the power of the waveguide, everything in the forest becomes incredibly clear. But I don't know if it's because Pokémon is in a hostile state with humans. Jiang Yu didn't even notice a Pokémon on the outskirts of the forest. Can only keep walking towards the depths of the forest. Fortunately, his physique has been systematically strengthened. Otherwise, such a primitive forest may not be able to walk 100 meters before heading back to the capital. Besides trees, it's still trees. Didn't the anchor say they wanted to educate monsters? What about monsters? I knew it was another hot topic, so I turned it off. The anchor didn't intentionally find a forest without monsters to deceive us and deceive traffic, did he, anchor, stop fooling around and go back before encountering the monster? Damn it, this world is already chaotic enough, and the anchor is still running around. Isn't this adding chaos to the country? There were many discussions in the live broadcast room, but Jiang Yu only ignored them. Words have no basis, not to mention the most common people on the internet are gang elites and musicians. Nothing he said was of use until he actually saw Pokémon. Fortunately, as we delved deeper into the forest, the power of the waveguide finally received feedback. Just like the ripples suddenly rising on the calm lake surface. Captured instantly by Jiang Yu. With a boost of his spirit, Jiang Yu quickly looked in the direction of the strange fluctuations. His performance was naturally noticed by the audience in the live broadcast room. What's going on? What did the anchor see? What's this expression? Garbage anchor, do you live stream your ***? Let **** see what exactly happened. The barrage area suddenly became lively. Jiang Yu quickly focused the camera on the scene in front of him. In the low grass under the big tree, a strange creature with 5 green leaves in deep blue is slowly walking out of the grass, swaying its feet. The live broadcast room instantly quieted down. Countless people watching the live broadcast instinctively covered their mouths when they saw this scene. That is a creature that has never existed on Earth before. It is like a living plant with round feet and deep blue plant bulbs. Take out 5 green leaves from the top, and bend the top of the middle leaf backwards. Even in order to make the audience see more clearly, Jiang Yu advanced the camera and gave this little guy a close up. The audience in the live broadcast room only realized that it also had a pair of bead-like red eyes and a small mouth. Oh my god, monster, it's really a monster. Is this kind of thing invading our world? To be honest, it looks a bit cute from that perspective. Are you foolish upstairs? Do you know that the more beautiful things are, the more dangerous they are? Do you know how much our soldiers sacrifice to fight against monsters? Stop making noise, let's first care about the anchor. The anchor, run quickly, don't die in the hands of monsters. At Jiangqing police uncle, come here quickly, we're going to kill someone. The barrage in the live broadcast room came one after another, with everything being said. But the vast majority are expressing fear of monsters and concern for Jiang Yu. It seems that in the next moment, the little guy in the picture will transform into a demon and devour Jiang Yu completely. Watching these barrage comments, Jiang Yu was both moved and saddened. Moved by the care of netizens towards him. It is sad that a friendly and beautiful life like Pokémon was misunderstood like this. Taking a deep breath, Jiang Yu's eyes flashed with a hint of determination. Even without a task, he hopes to improve the relationship between humans and Pokémon through his own strength. Aiming the camera at himself and nearby Pokémon, Jiang Yu said sternly. Audience friends, after delving deep into the forest, we finally met the first monster. And the anchor wants to tell everyone here that what we call a monster's life is actually not a cruel existence. They are called Pokémon, a gentle, kind, and beautiful life. And this child's name is Walking Grass. As soon as these words were spoken, the live broadcast room exploded. What is it? Pokémon. Is the anchor foolish or crazy? Are you sick, gentle? Kind? Does the anchor not read the news? Do you know how many deaths were caused by the kind life you spoke of? I thought he was a science popularization anchor who relied on his strength, but after working for a long time, he was a white leftist who focused on animal protection. The anchor's brushstrokes do not explain. The anchor's brushstrokes do not explain. The anchor's brushstrokes do not explain. Large amounts of verbal abuse and satirical barrage flooded the live broadcast room. At the same time, there are also some popular science experts who argue about the harm of monsters. The anchor hopes you can be more realistic and not be deceived by the appearance of these guys. The monster in front of you, named Screaming Mandela Grass by scholars on John Bull's side, emits terrifying sound waves and spreads venom. Its venom can even corrode steel. Before the monster discovers you, you should leave quickly and not lose your life for the sake of traffic. Thank you, Science Popularization June, Anchor Dobby. Thank you, Science Popularization June, Anchor Dobby. Looking at the comments about Walking Grass in the barrage area, Jiang Yu's face looked a bit strange. Screaming Mandela Grass. Is this really referring to Walking Grass? But it's not surprising to think about it. There is indeed a legend of Mandela Grass in the wizarding stories of John Cow's side. Although Walking Grass has a gentle personality, it also has a difficult side to provoke. When the sun is too intense, the Walking Grass will bury its body in the cool ground, only extending the part of the leaves. If not careful, it will be treated as ordinary grass. If pulled out at this moment, it will emit a terrifying scream. This is consistent with the findings of scholars in the news. As for toxins, as a Pokémon with grass and poison attributes. The key skill of the Walking Grass family is the 3 fans. Poison powder, paralysis powder, and hypnotic powder. Ordinary people on Earth really can't resist these things anymore. Thank you all for your science popularization. After organizing his thoughts, Jiang Yu first thanked the science popularization and concern in the barrage area. Then continue with science popularization. What you're talking about is indeed about some characteristics of Walking Grass. Walking Grass, as well as other Pokémon, do indeed have special abilities. But the walking grass itself, as well as the vast majority of Pokémon, has no hostility towards humans. Our conflict with Pokémon was entirely due to a misunderstanding. As long as we handle it properly, we can completely coexist harmoniously with Pokémon, and even become humanity's closest companions. Of course, words have no basis. Next, I will try to get in touch with Walking Grass in the live broadcast room. To prove to everyone, the relationship between humans and Pokémon does not necessarily require a life or death battle. Speaking, Jiang Yu slowly walked towards the walking grass under the camera. Seeing this scene, the barrage area exploded again. Chapter 5. Live Streaming Effects. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Lu Meijia was the one with the most intense reaction. This is mainly because she has a brother who works as a firefighter. Before the mutation occurred, firefighters were not a safe profession. People often die and cause safety accidents that should not have happened. After the mutation, not only did the army enter a wartime state. The police and firefighters are also much busier than usual. Situations like Jiang Yu entering dangerous areas have also occurred from time to time over the past month. In the absence of large-scale monster movements. Once something happens, the vast majority of cases are handed over to firefighters for handling. Due to her brother's special profession, Lu Meijia usually pays close attention to similar news. As a native of Jiangcheng, she almost immediately noticed this local live broadcast. Seeing Jiang Yu dying to provoke monsters. She immediately realized that if something happened to Jiang Yu, his brother is likely to go to rescue. At the thought that her brother might be in danger due to Jiang Yu, Lu Meijia became angry. The anchor thinks that the traffic is crazy. He dares to do anything to death. If he wants to die, he should find a better way to die. Don't his mother others. What about the official? Will live streaming rooms suspected of inducing people into dangerous areas not be closed? At Jiangcheng Police, this person is considered a troublemaker. It's time to arrest him. There are many people in the live broadcast room who share the same ideas as Lu Meijia. Almost everyone believes that Jiang Yu is trying to gain fame and attract attention. At one time, over 100 people in the live broadcast room, almost half of them were reporting. Such a large amount of reported information quickly caught the attention of the platform's review. However, just as the official wanted to ban Jiang Yu's live broadcast room. Only then did I realize that there was no such option at all. Although Jiang Yu's live broadcast room is on the official platform, there is no back-end space to operate. Now, the auditor is also a bit dumbfounded. Hurriedly reported the situation. Ignoring the verbal abuse in the live broadcast room. Jiang Yu's entire attention was focused on walking grass. Jiang Yu is very clear. This attitude is due to humanity's lack of understanding of Pokémon. As long as it proves that Pokémon is harmless. Wind reviews can flip 180 degrees. No matter how much you say, it's not as true as seeing. Moreover, although the vast majority of Pokémon are friendly. But he cannot guarantee that the walking grass in front of him is gentle. After all, even Poppy, who symbolizes innocence and beauty, has individuals with bad personalities. Who knows what personality the walking grass in front of me has? If it were someone with a bad personality. I won't say if he has any safety issues. Just say he's here to prove that Pokémon is friendly and harmless. If one encounters the first Pokémon and is attacked, it may exacerbate people's misunderstanding of Pokémon. Jiang Yu cautiously approached the walking grass. Try to make your expression as friendly as possible. At the same time, in the absence of the audience in the live broadcast room, slowly release the power of one's waveguide and engage with it. Hello walking grass, I'm a trainer passing by here. Can I say hello to you? As he spoke, Jiang Yu extended his hand to the walking grass. As the distance between the palm and the walking grass gets closer and closer. Jiang Yu's heartbeat is also getting faster and faster. Breathing also stopped unconsciously. At this moment, even the barrage area quieted down. Whether it's trusting Jiang Yu, hating Jiang Yu, or simply being a happy person. At the moment when he was about to touch the walking grass, everyone instinctively held their breath, staring intently at the live broadcast footage one by one. I dare not guess what will happen next. Just as Jiang Yu's hand was about to touch the walking grass, the grass moved while walking. It's over, the anchor is going to die in the hands of the monster. What should I do? I dare not watch anymore. Will the anchor die? The audience in the live broadcast room were pounding their hearts and sweating profusely. I'm afraid that in the next second, the walking grass will explode and hurt people, which will take Jiang Yu's life. Time suddenly became incredibly long. In front of everyone's eyes, I saw walking grass turning around, with red eyes looking at Jiang Yu. The next moment, two ruby-like eyes bend into a pair of crescent moons. Then make a sound of road. He spontaneously delivered his plant-like bulbous body to Jiang Yu's palm and lightly rubbed it twice. Jiang Yu's tense nerves suddenly relaxed. The comfortable waveguide on the walking grass like warm water. Let him subconsciously touch the body of the walking grass. The cool touch carries the warmth of life. It makes him feel incredibly novel. Walking grass also seemed to feel his joy. Yueya's eyes curved even more, and she tried to tiptoe closer to Jiang Yu's arms. Shit. Am I his mother wrong? That monster is rubbing against the anchor. Ah! Screaming chicken scream, is this true? Can monsters really be so gentle? Got it, is this really a monster? My cat owner isn't so obedient, is he? No. Is what the anchor said true? The monsters are really gentle and friendly. Upstairs, as the anchor said, this is called a Pokémon, not a monster. Oh, come on, you guys really believe it? Is this a special effect? Hee, in order to become famous, the anchor has invested enough. Will they announce their debut in the next second and pursue their dreams in the entertainment industry? This routine is too boring, isn't it? Are you stupid? That company can make this special effect. It really has this kind of technology. Do you know how much it is worth? With this technology, I won't make movies or games. I'll make my debut playing with you. How many cephalosporins are you drinking like this? Anchor, isn't this really a monster? Can you introduce this little guy more? It's so cute. Just as Jiang Yu thought. After witnessing the gentle side of walking grass with one's own eyes, the atmosphere in the live broadcast room suddenly changed. Most viewers chose to follow behind the scenes. Even though many people believe that an individual cannot represent everything. And what means do you think Jiang Yu used, such as special effects, to attract attention? But within the system, one sound after another affects the sound of value being credited to the account. Prove the audience's true thoughts. Ding, impact value +1, ding, impact value +1, ding, the host's impact value reaches 100, and the system mall opens. Ding, congratulations to the host for opening the system mall and obtaining the Pokémon guide. The Pokémon illustrated book records all known Pokémon knowledge, which will exist in the host's mind in the form of knowledge upon acquisition with this series of prompts. Jiang Yuman suddenly realized that something seemed to be missing from her mind. Understanding Pokémon is no longer simply about knowing its name and attributes. Life habits, skill effects, individual evaluations, and so on are all clear. That feeling is like transitioning from a pet owner to a pet expert. My understanding of Pokémon has also reached an astonishing level. Chapter 6. System Mall. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sensing the abundant knowledge in his mind, Jiang Yu felt a sense of joy in his heart. Originally, his understanding of Pokémon only came from games and animations. Another aspect is the related content of comics. Although it is already quite detailed. But when Pokémon is integrated into reality, it is obvious that it cannot simply apply game settings. For example, attribute restraint. In the game, the 18 attributes of Pokémon counter each other, such as water conquers fire, fire conquers grass, fairy immune dragon, and so on. In reality, the relationships restrained by these attributes still exist. But it's not as rigid as in the game. For example, there is no longer a certain attribute that is completely immune to its existence. It can only be said that a certain attribute has a significant degree of resistance to a certain attribute. Meanwhile, the relationship between attribute restraint and attribute resistance is no longer a simple multiplication. This is closely related to the strength and training methods of Pokémon. The effect of some moves in the game is even more so. In addition, there are props, legends, and so on. In short, reality mainly relies on games and animation. But the specific details vary. If we only rely on Jiang Yu's past impressions for science popularization, it is inevitable to lead to many errors. Now that he has the knowledge of Pokémon illustrated books, he can also rest assured. Additionally, for the system mall, Jiang Yu has also been looking forward to it for a long time. The audience in the live broadcast room cannot see the existence of the system. He eagerly opened the system mall. The exquisite and dazzling products immediately caught the eye. Elf ball, evolution stone, medicine, fishing rod. There should be various materials available. There are even various technologies available. What are the techniques for making Pokémon balls, Pokémon food manufacturing, energy block manufacturing, Pokémon medical equipment technology, and so on? Compared to those precious props, these technologies made Jiang Yu even more excited. It is not an easy task to make humans accept Pokémon. Not only do we need to make humans aware that Pokémon are harmless to humans. More importantly, it is important to make Pokémon usable by humans. In the world of Pokémon, humans can coexist harmoniously with them. The biggest reason is that Pokémon provide various assistance to human life. Supporting this point is the various technologies related to Pokémon in the Pokémon world. With the various technologies of the system mall, this world can also establish a social order similar to the Pokémon world. However, reaching this point is clearly not an easy task. There are many technologies in the system mall, but each one is valuable. With Jiang Yu's current value, he can't even afford the cheapest basic Pokémon food preparation. At most, buy a basic Pokémon food. There's no need to even think about mid to high-end technologies like making Pokémon balls. To establish a world of harmonious coexistence between humans and Pokémon, it is necessary to earn more influence points. Difficult to shift one's gaze away from the dazzling system mall. Watching various doubts, praises, and curiosities about walking grass in the live broadcast room, Jiang Yu once again turned his attention back to the live broadcast room. According to the content about walking grass in the Pokémon guidebook, Jiang Yu gently massaged it while educating the audience in the live broadcast room. Walking grass is a Pokémon with both grass and poison attributes. I have a gentle personality and mostly live in forests and humid areas with water. Walking grass usually moves at night and buries itself in fertile land to avoid sunlight and nutrient absorption during the day. When you haven't mastered the Pokémon guide, Jiang Yu's gentle waveguide has already made the walking grass feel warm. Now I have mastered the correct method. Under his massage, the walking grass spread out comfortably into a puddle of mud. Lying in Jiang Yu's arms with squinted eyes, making a snoring sound. Watching the walking grass flying happily in the picture. The audience in the live broadcast room didn't know for a moment whether to envy the walking grass or envy Jiang Yu who had walking grass to walk on. The walking grass has a cat-like reaction. It has also dispelled many people's guard against Pokémon. Oh my god, this little guy is so cute. Can I take care of one? The anchor offers a price, I want this little guy. Don't pay attention to them, the anchor gives it to me. As long as the anchor gives me this little guy, I can be your girlfriend. Ha. I just left for a while and someone wants to snatch my husband. Draw a knife. Husband. Aren't you a man upstairs, male? Isn't that even more exciting? Watching the barrage gradually rush towards the direction of a yellow face. Jiang Yu quickly brought the topic back. Just kidding, his live broadcast room is not afraid of being closed, doesn't mean he's not afraid of the river crab god. Alright, everyone, don't argue anymore. Not to mention that walking grass doesn't belong to me, even if it belongs to me, I won't sell it. Here, I want to give you some common sense knowledge for science popularization. Pokémon are a special type of creature, not only unique in their magical abilities. What's even more special is that they have intelligence and emotions. Pokémon are not incomprehensible beasts, their intelligence is roughly equivalent to that of human toddlers aged 7 or 8. Some special Pokémon have intelligence comparable to or even surpassing that of humans. Jiang Yu explained with a serious expression on his face. The people in the live broadcast room are a bit dumbfounded. What, these creatures can communicate? And they have intelligence comparable to humans? Attention upstairs, the anchor said that the special Pokémon have intelligence comparable to humans. What should I pay attention to? Isn't that an ordinary Pokémon also have human intelligence of 7 or 8 years old? It's really fake, isn't the anchor fooling us? Lu Meijia is also not very convinced. However, compared to those simply surprised audiences, she thinks more deeply. So she quickly posted a comment. Anchor, if, as you said, Pokémon has intelligence and can communicate, can we avoid war with Pokémon through communication? Lu Meijia's barrage was sandwiched between various questioning barrage, not very prominent. But eliminating the barrier between people and Pokémon through live streaming and preventing war is already Jiang Yu's goal. Therefore, although Lu Meijia's comments flashed by, they still caught his attention. After organizing his emotions, Jiang Yu spoke solemnly. Everyone, I believe everyone knows about the recent global changes. We sacrificed a lot to fight against Pokémon. But these sacrifices can be avoided, as audience friends have said. Pokémon have a gentle personality, and if humans don't actively attack them, they basically won't attack humans. We can completely avoid war through communication. Perhaps it is because the persuasiveness of words is not strong enough. Jiang Yu also raised the walking grass. Just like the walking grass in my hand. Before I introduced it to you, didn't you also think it was a cruel monster? But now, do you still think so? Chapter 7. Official follow. You are listening at novelfull.audio. These words plunged the audience, who had not anticipated this episode, into contemplation. This is a barrage scrolling across the screen. Caught everyone's attention. Anchor, you just said that walking grass is a Pokémon with both grass and poison attributes. Does Pokémon have many attributes? Can the anchor introduce them? If it's just an ordinary barrage. Even when no one is speaking, it won't attract much attention. But if this barrage is emitted, the user is the voice of Jiangcheng. That's another matter. I'm going, did I make a mistake? Jiangcheng voice. Is this a real number or a high imitation? Upstairs, you read it right, Blue V, it's an official account. Mom, the host is arranging noodles, even the official was shocked. By the way, does the official question mean that they also believe that what the anchor is saying is true? Anchor, please speak up quickly. In the live broadcast room, the barrage of Jiangcheng voice became completely lively. Jiang Yu is also a bit dumbfounded. He has thought about it. With one's own live broadcast, it will attract official attention. But he never expected it. This is just the first live broadcast and was noticed by the local authorities. Looking at the popularity of the live broadcast room, it's only around 400 people, isn't it high? How did you provoke the official with such a little heat? Actually, this is mainly because of Lu Meijia. Previously, Lu Meijia reported the live broadcast room due to a misunderstanding that Jiang Yu was riding on the heat. In addition, she also contacted her brother Lu Junyong. Just afraid of causing any trouble. As a result, Jiang Yu was fine, and the situation in the live broadcast room was also discovered by Lu Junyong. So after reporting layer by layer, it was exposed to the department in charge of the official change in Jiangqing. And that's where this barrage comes in. Jiang Yu is unaware of the inside story. After a brief surprise, I quickly realized it. This is a great opportunity to increase influence. In Dragon Kingdom, nothing is more important than official endorsement. If it can receive official recognition from Jiangqing, his live broadcast can be promoted as quickly as possible. It can also lay the foundation for building a world where humans and Pokémon coexist harmoniously in the future. Thinking of this, Jiang Yu quickly perked up and began to respond. That's right, Pokémon has a total of 18 attributes. In addition to the 2 types of grass and poison, there are also 16 attributes. General, combat, flight, ground, rock, insect, ghost, steel, fire, water, electricity, superpower, ice, dragon, evil, and fairy. There is a restraining relationship between different attributes, such as water defeating fire, fire defeating grass, grass defeating water, and so on. The specific attribute restraint relationship is quite complex. In a while, I will compile a table to explain the relevant content in detail. Everyone can continue to follow. After Jiang Yu's introduction, there was also a lively discussion in the live broadcast room. 18 attributes, my goodness, our Dragon Kingdom only has 7 yin-yang and 5 elements, which is not enough for a small fraction. Attribute restraint, how does it look like a game? There won't be any elemental reactions, will there? Wait, I can understand things like water, fire, ice rock, etc. What does dragon mean? Is there still a dragon in Pokémon? Yes, there are also evil attributes. What kind of thing is this? Evil. Darkness. Fairies. Are there any fairies in Pokémon? Are they like the fairies in the Western fantasy story? They look very beautiful. During lively discussions in the live broadcast room, Jiang Yu's influence value is also constantly increasing. In addition, barrage after barrage, the live broadcast room has also attracted more and more people. In just a few minutes, it broke through the 1,000-person mark. As for Jiangqing voice, there was no further discussion after Jiang Yu responded. I guess I went to discuss things related to Jiang Yu. After all, although this account did not post any more bullet comments, it did not leave the live broadcast room. Jiang Yu did not hesitate about this either. Refocus your attention on the live broadcast room. I answered several popular questions about Pokémon attributes in the live broadcast room. Dragon. Yes, there are indeed dragons in Pokémon, but the vast majority of them are different from the dragons we remember. Specifically, will I provide you with science popularization when you encounter it? Aren't Pokémon with fairy attributes all very attractive? That's not necessarily true. Fairies are just attributes, not related to appearance. However, most Pokémon with fairy attributes are quite cute. Upon hearing Jiang Yu's response, the discussion in the live broadcast room became even more lively. Especially after seeing how close walking grass was to Jiang Yu, there were also a few local spectators who said they were coming to the forest. Upon seeing these barrage comments, Jiang Yu quickly stopped them. I know that some viewers also want to get up close with Pokémon when they see our relationship. But here, I must warn everyone. Although the vast majority of Pokémon are gentle individuals, But it doesn't mean that there are no bad personalities in Pokémon. Especially Pokémon have powerful abilities. If you don't know enough about Pokémon, you may encounter danger if you accidentally come into contact with them. If you are really interested in Pokémon, you can follow the anchor and wait until you have a certain understanding of Pokémon before taking action. Never. Don't joke about your own life when your mind is hot. After speaking, fearing that a fool might run into the forest recklessly, Jiang Yu quickly put down the walking grass. Rubbed its little head. Then exchange a Pokémon food from the system mall and place it in front of it. Alright little one, I'm going to keep going. Thank you for your company, this is for you. Pokémon food is a food specially made by Pokémon World based on the characteristics of Pokémon. For ordinary Pokémon, it has unparalleled appeal. Jiang Yu just poured out, and the walking grass's eyes lit up. Both feet were jumping up and down excitedly. Between them, he threw half of his body into the bowl and indulged in it. Even people who are not sensitive to emotions can feel its joy. Damn it, no matter how many times I watch it, I have to say that walking grass is so cute. Anchor, can't you really grab a walking grass and give it to me? I can offer 100,000 or 200,000 yuan, but we can discuss it. So cute, how could there be such a cute little guy in the world? Ah Wei is dead. Jiang Yu's heart was also warmed by this cute scene. Watching the crazy comments about walking in the live broadcast room, Jiang Yu fell silent and shook his head. Okay, as I said, Pokémon are creatures with autonomous consciousness. They have their own emotions, intelligence, and have never been anyone's appendage. To have Pokémon, you can only use your sincerity to obtain it and gain its recognition. Buying and selling Pokémon is absolutely unacceptable. In the future, don't mention this in my live broadcast room, otherwise I will blacklist and ban the account. Jiang Yu's original intention was to dispel the idea of these people buying and selling Pokémon. As a result, everyone's attention was focused on the phrase owning a Pokémon. Chapter 8. Debate. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What is it? Owning a Pokémon. Is that what I understand? Anchor, please explain it clearly. Anchor, I have a friend who only has 3 months left to live. Before he died, he wanted to know what it means to have a Pokémon. Please, Anchor, please explain to me clearly what it means to have a Pokémon. Don't stop me, I'm going to the forest now. If you don't tell me, I'll hang myself in front of you, Anchor. No wonder the audience in the live broadcast room reacted so fiercely. Before Jiang Yu said this, they had also said things like buying walking grass. But the vast majority of people are just talking high. Just like anime lovers, they often come to the husband and wife of the characters in the works. Basically not taken seriously. Jiang Yu's words are important to them. It's no less than telling them that they can really stay with the anime husband and wife. How could they not explode? Jiang Yu's smile stiffened, showing a hint of hesitation. He didn't really want to reveal so soon that humans could conquer Pokémon. After all, capturing Pokémon requires the use of Pokémon balls. Although there is technology for making Pokémon balls in the system mall. But it's not something he can afford now. Although Pokémon can still be conquered without the use of Pokémon balls. But Pokémon are not just props for conquering Pokémon. It is also a necessity for raising Pokémon. Not everyone can provide a suitable living environment for Pokémon. Even some small and less picky Pokémon are fine. For those large and environmentally demanding Pokémon, elf balls are their lowest choice. Before establishing a mature production line for Pokémon balls, exposing the tragic surrender of Bowka Dream is not necessarily a good thing. Moreover, people in the Pokémon world can conquer Pokémon. Apart from Pokémon balls, the most important reason is their physical condition. Even if they are not super newcomers, they are much stronger than Earthlings. Jiang Yu originally planned to reveal this after improving the physical fitness of the Chinese people. According to the system introduction, when he gained 10% recognition through live streaming, it can enhance the physical fitness of 10% of the population on Blue Star, enabling them to adapt to living with Pokémon. Now he has just started broadcasting, and the total audience in the live broadcast room is not 2,000. The recognition rate is not even 0.1%. I don't know how long it will take to improve the physical fitness of the Chinese people. Who would have thought that he didn't pay attention and left Tualu alone? Watching the audience in the live broadcast room cling to this sentence. After some thought, Jiang Yu decided to speak the truth. There may be hidden dangers in doing so. But similarly, Pokémon are harmless and can be tamed. The impact of these two cannot be equated. Through this, there may be a significant impact value recorded. With a firm determination, Jiang Yu no longer concealed it. You guessed it well, having a Pokémon is what you mean. As a creature with intelligence and emotions, Pokémon has a closer relationship with humans than we imagine. There is a saying that humans themselves are a special type of Pokémon. Speaking of which, Jiang Yu's expression was somewhat subtle. He remembered a character that left a deep impression on him. N is the master of the plasma team in the United Region, believing that humans should have the same status as Pokémon. The reason why N has this proposition. It's because he's a hybrid of humans and Pokémon. From this perspective, humans are a special kind of Pokémon, and it doesn't necessarily come from nowhere. Somehow, I remembered N. He always felt that Blue Star would also give birth to a mixed race between humans and Pokémon in the future. Especially after the release of Pokémon such as Xanadu and Shishir Hyren. You can imagine with your toes how those old colored batches will react. Shaking his head and throwing away the idea of his face turning yellow, Jiang Yu continued to popularize science. That's why even the most brutal and irritable Pokémon, as long as humans gain their recognition, they can tame it, live with it, travel with it, and become a family. This is also why I have been emphasizing that Pokémon cannot be bought or sold. With Jiang Yu's affirmative answer, the reaction in the live broadcast room became even more intense. I'm super, I really can have a Pokémon. One person wrote a blood letter asking the host to tell me how to get Pokémon's recognition. As long as the anchor tells me how to have Pokémon, I am willing to do nothing for the anchor with tears in my eyes, whimpering what a cunning in cunning burn zero. The anchor is watching me, and I can do something for the anchor. Anchor, I have an older sister who is fair-skinned, beautiful, with a front and back curve and a 36D. Please read my private message. Alright, come on, you really believe this anchor's nonsense. It's just luck to encounter a monster with a good temper, which scared you for a moment. You still live with the monster, and you don't know how you'll die. Hee hee, so many experts don't know the origin of monsters, can a small anchor know? Thank you for believing, there are really many 9 leaky fish in our country. Not only those in the live broadcast room have doubts about Jiang Yu. At this moment, in a military camp in Jiangcheng, there is a discussion about Jiang Yu's words. In the quiet room, several middle-aged people in uniforms sat around the conference table. The screen is projecting the scene from Jiang Yu's live broadcast room. Do you have any thoughts on what this anchor said? A middle-aged humanitarian wearing military uniform. A man in a suit pushed the frame on his nose and shook his head. I have read the information about this anchor, and he is just an adult college student. I don't think his words have any reference value. What attributes, Pokémon, are completely a children's fantasy game, just lucky enough to encounter a non-aggressive monster. Instead of wasting time on him, it's better to think about how to deal with monsters. I object. Another man in military uniform shouted loudly. Although we don't know if this anchor's science popularization of monsters is correct. But based on the fact that the live streaming platform cannot ban his live streaming room, this anchor is definitely not simple. I believe that even if he cannot fully trust the science popularization of monsters, he should carefully verify it. This live broadcast room must be given special attention. The man in a suit frowned and said, Vice General Ma, is it too childish for you to pin your hope in dealing with monsters on a host or a new host? We study monsters and develop strategies through scientific means, not children's fantasies. Vice General Ma also stood firm and persisted in his ideas. Science. The emergence of monsters and mutations is not about science. Anyway, I insist on my point of view that this live broadcast room cannot be ignored until there is a better way to understand monsters. Chapter 9. Popularization of Science. You are listening at novelfull.audio. You are foolish. You are pedantic. You're so unreasonable. You are stubborn. Two people, you speak and I speak, neither of whom is convinced. At the beginning, there was still an argument, but later on, there was a direct argument. Finally, everyone rolled up their sleeves and prepared to fight. Upon seeing this, the middle-aged soldier who was the first to speak became angry. Slapped the table and cursed loudly. Shut up, everyone. What do you think of this place as, the vegetable market? I called you to discuss, not argue. Do you deserve the clothes on your body and the trust of the people? Seeing that their immediate superior was really angry, the two of them quickly shut up and dared not say anything more. The middle-aged man gave the two of them a displeased glare before saying, All right, I also understand your opinions. At present, the credibility of this live broadcast room is not high enough. But Lao Ma is right. Nowadays, our understanding of monsters is too limited. Regardless of whether what the anchor said is true or false, it is a fact that the monster he called walking grass did not attack him. For this, we should indeed pay more attention. As he spoke, the middle-aged man looked at Vice General Ma. Old Ma, since it was you who proposed it, then you will be responsible for this live broadcast room. Report any situation promptly. Deputy General Ma immediately stood up to salute. Yes, ensure completion of the task. Although it was only broadcasted for a while. Jiang Yu has been able to calmly deal with all kinds of questioning and distrust in the live broadcast room. The preconceptions in a person's heart are a big mountain that cannot be easily changed. Live streaming for a long time can always correct it. Moreover, the more intense the debate in the live broadcast room, the higher the popularity of the live broadcast. In just a short while, the popularity of the live broadcast room climbed from around 1,000 to over 9,000. And there is also a continuing upward trend. Along with his influence value, he is also gradually increasing. Since that's the case, he wouldn't bother to pay attention. After bidding farewell to the walking grass, Jiang Yu continued to delve deeper into the forest. Perhaps it's already deep enough into the forest. The number of Pokémon around has gradually increased. Soon, Jiang Yu encountered a few walking grass again. I also encountered a stinky flower. Perhaps this area is the territory of walking grass. As Jiang Yu popularized, the vast majority of Pokémon have a gentle personality and rarely take the initiative to attack humans. Encountering these Pokémon, although Jiang Yu did not greet them again, he was not attacked. Either they are directly ignored. Either you get a curious glance and there's nothing left. This also makes more and more people believe that Jiang Yu's science popularization is true. Of course, some people also believe that only Pokémon like walking grass are gentle. An insincere argument. What is it to say that walking grass is grass? Grass rarely has aggression, so it did not attack Jiang Yu. If Jiang Yu encountered those animal-like Pokémon, the situation would be difficult to say. Jiang Yu only smiled and did not explain this kind of statement. I just quickened my pace and left this small area belonging to the walking grass family. Soon, more Pokémon appeared in the live broadcast room. Among them, there are also animal Pokémon that are considered cruel. But without exception, these Pokémon showed no signs of attacking Jiang Yu. In the vibrant forest, Jiang Yu walked past Pokémon one by one, directly presenting a beautiful picture of harmonious coexistence between humans and nature. Looking at that scene that can be described as warm and healing. Even those who are most wary of Pokémon find it difficult to say the words monster. Unconsciously, the audience in the live broadcast room began to get used to using Pokémon to describe these wonderful creatures. A newcomer accidentally entered the live broadcast room. They will also change their names under the influence of their loyal audience. Jiang Yu kept walking and would stop to introduce a Pokémon he had never seen before. This is Little Lotta, a very common type of Pokémon, with vitality that can be found no matter where you live, and the breeding speed is very fast. As long as you see a Little Lotta lurking around, there must still be over 40 nearby. Did you see its two front teeth? They are the main attack method of Little Lotta, and their sharp front teeth can easily bite through hard wood. That's the green caterpillar, a type of Pokémon that grows extremely fast. Its appetite is very strong, it can eat 100 leaves every day. When encountering danger, a foul odor is released from the tentacles of the head to resist and drive away the enemy. The green caterpillar has a gentle personality and is easy to cultivate, making it one of the most suitable Pokémon for newcomers. If everyone has the opportunity to have a Pokémon in the future, the green caterpillar is the most suitable training object. This is the trumpet bud. Yes, like the walking grass, it is a Pokémon with both grass and poison attributes. Trumpet sprouts prefer places with high temperatures and certain humidity. They will extend their feet deep underground to replenish moisture, but if attacked at this time, they will be unable to escape. Compared to walking grass, trumpet sprouts. What's the situation? Jiang Yu is popularizing a passing trumpet bud. I suddenly noticed that the barrage in the live broadcast room was calling him back. There is also a saying that there is a bird behind him. Birds. What bird? He is not Nantung. What kind of ghost is there behind the big bird, even if there are birds? Roast belongs to roast. From the barrage situation in the live broadcast room, Jiang Yu knew something was wrong. Upon closer inspection, a small object appeared behind the anchor's screen at some point. This is a Pokémon like a bird. The entire body appears yellow-brown, with cream-colored feathers on the face, abdomen, and wing tips, and brown feathers on other parts. Its beak and claws are purple, and its claws have 3 toes, 2 facing forward and 1 facing backward. There are 3 clusters of hair on top of the head, with cream-colored hair on both sides and brown hair in the middle. The tail feathers are composed of 3 clusters of brown feathers. It looks a bit like an evolved version of a pigeon. What is this? Bobo. Jiang Yu was slightly taken aback and recognized the identity of this Pokémon. Waves. What waves? What size waves? I looked at the sky, isn't it dark yet? Did the anchor just drive? No, I'm here to see the science popularization monster. This is not a kindergarten car, I need to get off. It's late, the car door has already been welded, and I have received the tissue. The anchor will open it for me, heading towards the edge of the city. Can live streaming monsters be so thrilling? Hee 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 hee. His face turns yellow. JPG. As Jiang Yu watched the speed of the live broadcast room go faster and faster, he suddenly had a black line all over his head. He waved his hand repeatedly and said, all right, what kind of people are you all? Your mind is full of yellow waste. The Bobo I'm talking about is the name of this Pokémon. As you can see, Bobo is a bird Pokémon, which combines both general and flying attributes, and is one of the most common bird Pokémon in the forest. Bobo has a gentle personality and dislikes fighting. He has a good sense of direction that allows him to return home smoothly no matter where he goes. Chapter 10. The Wave of Narcissism. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Jiang Yu was not surprised to encounter Bobo. Just like how he popularized science. Bobo is the most common bird Pokémon in the forest. Encountering Bobo is nothing but normal. But the problem is, although Bobo has a gentle personality, he is relatively approachable. But they will not easily approach humans. Not just Bobo, the vast majority of wild Pokémon are like this. Unless humans have no malice and actively approach. Just like Jiang Yu used to approach walking grass, otherwise most Pokémon would ignore the attitude of humans. This Bobo actually took the initiative to approach him, and it was so close to him. Jiang Yu couldn't help but be somewhat surprised and also develop some interest in this wave. Hello Bobo, I'm a trainer passing by. Nice to meet you. As he spoke, Jiang Yu extended his hand to the fearless Bobo. Surprisingly. When he reached out his hand, the wave did not get close to him, but flew away suddenly. Ha ha ha, it's over, the anchor has been despised. Speaking of which, the anchor's live broadcast has been so long, it's still the first time I've had enough. Bobo did it beautifully. Bobo is doing beautifully. Bobo is doing beautifully. What? How to do it? Don't even let birds go. I'll go upstairs, it can also be opened up. I'm done. Pass it on, the anchor's dry bird is done beautifully. Continuing, the anchor was killed by the bird. Continuing, the anchor's bird was dried. Pass it on. Watching those sentences pass down, Jiang Yu's face turned black. What kind of thing are these netizens doing this time? They don't even betray others by spreading rumors. But now he is more interested in that wave. Staring at the live broadcast room, he turned his head to look at Bobo, who had dodged his hand and then flew back. It's strange. Why didn't Bobo let him touch this one when he was actively approaching? Is it because the power of the waveguide was not utilized, that Bobo did not feel his kindness? So he released the force of the waveguide and tried to make contact with the waves again. Even lower the sound. Hello Bobo. However, this time Bobo flew away from his hands without hesitation. Unveiled disdain for Jiang Yu. Ha ha ha, did I read it right? Did Bobo roll his eyes just now? You didn't read it wrong, I saw it too. Done, the anchor can't even handle a bird. Can't handle it. Can't the anchor handle it? Pass it on, anchor. Seeing another round of drama being passed down in the live broadcast room, Jiang Yu couldn't sit still. Stop and stop, pass on whatever you want, don't make a fuss, let me play it again. Jiang Yu threatened fiercely. As soon as these words were spoken, the barrage in the live broadcast room instantly reversed 180 degrees. Don't make a fuss, where's science popularization? It's a serious matter. Anchor, believe me, I have always believed that you can. Yes, yes, who said my husband can't do it? My husband is 7 times a night, I know his strengths and weaknesses, he knows my depth. A few peanuts upstairs, drinking them like this, it's clearly my husband. You can argue and grab as you please. Anyway, the anchor is in my bed, and I am the anchor's dog. Looking at these words of tiger and wolf, Jiang Yu's mouth twitched, too lazy to pay attention, and he looked directly at Bobo. He is becoming increasingly curious about this Bobo now. Let's say it's close. It doesn't hide its disgust and doesn't even let Jiang Yu touch it. Let's talk about his estrangement. As soon as Jiang Yu took his hand away, it leaned back against him eagerly. This awkward situation is the first time Jiang Yu has encountered it. After thinking for a moment, he once again reached out to Bobo with his hand. As expected, after Jiang Yu's hand reached out, Bobo once again avoided his hand. Then it flew back. Now, Jiang Yu finally knows why this wave is behaving so strangely. As he reached out his hand to Bobo, he focused all his attention on Bobo and observed his every move. Finally, it was discovered that Bobo was not actually approaching him, but rather the live broadcast camera. Even its gaze has always been focused on the live broadcast screen. More accurately, the focus is on oneself on the screen. It's like treating the live broadcast room like a mirror. Appreciate yourself through live streaming images. To verify this, Jiang Yu deliberately moved the live broadcast camera to the side. Sure enough, this wave also moved along. Then he deliberately pulled in the camera, causing Popo's figure to occupy the entire live broadcast room. I saw this wave scratching its head and constantly changing its posture in front of the camera. No, what is this Bobo for? Why does it look so strange? Is it because my eyes are burning? How do I feel like this Bobo is wearing clothes like Pinru? You are not alone upstairs, me too. Seeing that the audience in the live broadcast room also saw it, Jiang Yu reluctantly spread his hand. That's right, everyone in the audience can also see it. This Bobo may have used my live broadcast room as a mirror. It's just coming over to look in the mirror. Looking at Jiang Yu's helpless expression, many people in front of the live broadcast laughed. Got it, anchor tool person. It's okay, the anchor doesn't cry. Anyway, we came to your live broadcast room to see Pokémon. You're not important. That's right, doesn't my Bobo just need to look in the mirror? The anchor, hurry up, light up, filter everything, and arrange for my Bobo. Enough of you, is it easy for the host to give us a live broadcast? You still have his heart in your heart. Good host, how can we compare to Pokémon? Come on, I'll send you a tutorial. You're good at learning and strive to make Pokémon more beautiful. Faced with everyone's teasing, Jiang Yu smiled. It's good to be joking. Being able to joke indicates that they are not a monster gradually recognizing Pokémon. He is not angry about statements such as tool people. Instead, following the instructions of the barrage, it really shone light on Bobo. I found a more natural filter again. Not to mention the live streaming equipment produced by the system is extraordinary. Fully functional and easy to operate. The adjusted image is paired with an intelligent tracking lens. The Burton in the picture is completely refreshed. Against the backdrop of the lush jungle, every feather on my body seemed to glow. I'll go, is this still a wave? My appearance has instantly improved several times. The anchor is grand, and a starry sky cannot be respected. 666, I just like this kind of anchor and follow them. The rabbit has no tail and sends out a sky full of stars. Beautiful big ball, sends out a large fireworks display *10. Send out a large fireworks display with the mud lychee code *10. A large reward immediately boosted the popularity of the live broadcast room. Jumped directly to become the first in the entire outdoor area. It's not just the audience in the live broadcast room who have become fans of Jiang Yu's actions. Even Bobo, seeing his completely different self in the picture, was dumbfounded. Extend your left paw and lift your right wing. Looking at the scene in disbelief.